So Walter, I have been working on this incredible myrtle that originally came from Italy. Then Tony Tickle ended up getting the tree. And now all of a sudden the tree ends up living its life in Croatia with Andrea. And Andrea realizes that this tree grows like a weed. It's a very, very strong tree. It loves the sun and the heat, and it throws out all of these branches constantly. And so today I'm going to try to explain the hedge pruning method. I realize that this is controversial, but it doesn't need to be. This is simply one thing, a tool that we do as bonsai artists to quickly get ramification and sunlight in a tree. In America, we have a very, very famous movie. It's called Lost in Translation. And this is what I think happens with hedge pruning. So the movie stars Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson. And at the very end of the movie, Bill Murray whispers something to Scarlett Johansson. And nobody else hears what he whispers. So when we're hedge pruning, we're allowing these to grow really, really tall. And then a couple times a year, we're hacking this back, 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 back. But that's not the only thing we do. When we're done with that, in America, in the winter, we would be coming in with a tree and we would be selecting branches each at a time. Boom, 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 boom. Because there would be thousands of leaves, thousands of buds that we would then have the chance to select. Because the tree has been opened up much more, it's gotten much sunlight through it, it has a lot of negative space, and now because it's so much denser, literally like a hedge, we can go ahead through here and do this selective pruning. It depends on where you live. If you're in the United States, you would be hedge pruning in the spring and the summer. And then in the winter, you would be coming back in and doing all kinds of detailed work. Here, with this type of tree, we are hedge pruning now. And then in the summer, he is coming back in and doing all kinds of detailed work. And you'll see a finished picture of this tree from a couple of years ago when I styled it that Marios will put on the video. So, many, many years ago, the first time I came to Walter's place, I said to him, Walter, how in the world did you get these trees to look so ramified, have so many branches so quickly? And Walter simply whispered to me, like the movie, Lost in Translation, right? It's the hedge pruning method. Walter?
Okay. We are here in the nursery, in the garden of Andrea Zukic. And some people say that this is the best garden with hundreds of broadleaf deciduous trees in Europe, maybe in the world, okay? And maybe it is, maybe not. But anyway, it's one of the best broadleaf gardens in the whole world. There's people who have many more trees, but nobody has 200 outstanding trees, most of them world class. Okay, that's a good start. So how did we get there? How does a man handle this? Because he does not pinch. Not a single tree has ever been pinched in the last 20 years yet. You listen? Pinching, they told you, is the key to ramification. So they tell you, well, whenever something comes out, you pinch it and then you get new growth, and this is how to ramify trees, how you get back budding, okay. In the best deciduous nursery of the world, nobody has ever pinched a tree because they didn't learn that. I taught them from the beginning to do hedge pruning. Okay, what's hedge pruning mean? Hedge pruning means when I let the tree grow like an overgrown hedge, and when I feel that it's too long, then I still wait two weeks, and then my wife says somebody must prune the hedge, okay? And then I go there and just prune it. You see, this tree costs $5,000. You see what Walter does? He does hedge pruning. How can he dare? Why does he not look what he's doing? Okay, because he has no time. He has hundreds of trees, And he has discovered that this is what you do in order to get lighting, in order to get this tree to bud back. The tree has gained a lot of strength by letting him grow freely, and now there's a lot of energy in these branches, and now the tree says, oh, somebody has cut off my leaves. I have to do something, and the tree explodes and brings thousands and thousands of new buds. Way too many buds. We want density, but there's an end to density. Many trees are too dense. You see, this is what lazy people invent when they have too many trees. There is a method of working with hundreds of trees and getting in 2 minutes. It's hedge pruning.
And Walter, you're not going to show this tree this year like this. No, this is simply an exercise to get tighter, denser trees, correct?
Yeah,
yes.
This was not to show off. This was to show what I really, really do. And now comes the important part. That's not the end. I don't do this in order to create this wonderful tree that you now admire. This is a step.
This is what's lost in translation, like the movie.
This is only the step in order to make this tree now ramify. In 3 or 4 months, it's back here, and then I hedge prune it again, and I carefully cut it up on top and leave down more growth.
Why do you do that? Why do you cut up top here and leave this here?
Because of this. You see how loose it is here?
Yes.
And you see how dense it is here?
So it's much stronger growing up here, and it doesn't grow as much down here. So it's
called apical dominance. Meaning a tree is a tree because it always grows on top, and here it becomes very dense, and here it gets loose. So this is where it's strong. I have to weaken it. And here, and I want more growth here. I want more ramification here. So I cut it here. So all the water goes in here, and here it has a chance. And also, you want growth inside? Well, that's what you do. You see, all of a sudden the sun goes in. And now is that cruel to a tree? Of course, I was in a way showing you how fast I can do that. Now that's terrible. Is that not terrible, the way Walter is doing it? Well, is it terrible if you mow your lawn with a lawnmower? You could also do it with small scissors. Okay, is not a lawnmower smarter? So this is my lawnmower. What's wrong with that? You know what? You could do this with an electrical machine even faster. Okay, does it harm the tree? Well, yes and no. But who cares when you cut the hedge? Are you sorry for the hedge? No. So the tree is perfectly able to cope with this, because in nature that happens. Some animals eat him, the storm blows something off, and the results show that this is correct. What's the result? The result is very, very good deciduous trees. You see a number everywhere. Andrea's garden, in my garden, in your garden, and we all use the hedge pruning method. Again, this is not the end. This is only to show you this is how I hedge prune, but the key is now the tree has a future to get even much better. And by the way, in the meanwhile, it looks sort of decent. Of course, not good enough for a show. And for a show, actually, do the following. With this scissors, I can do very delicate. This is a wonderful tool if you know how to handle it. You see, this is not hedge pruning. This is not detailed work, which I do.
This is what is lost in translation, I think.
See? Everybody sees me doing the brutal hedge pruning, but nobody sees me doing this.
Yes.
And in winter, I sit there and I do this for hours and hours, and the tree looks just great. I make the photograph, and this quality can only be achieved with hedge pruning. Hedge pruning was the invention of a very, very lazy man who had way too many trees, and he found out that this is wonderful and it works. And I hear all the time, this doesn't work. It works.
Walter, they're just lost in the translation. Now they know.
Thank you for clarifying this.